is so crazy that you get both ends of that spectrum and the narrative trying to be correct in doing so and to make a statement for engagement. You're wrong, you've been wrong, and deal with the reality of the situation.
All of the people that analyze the draft mocked one in the first round, and even could he go to the Giants at number 3 or trade up back in that round. They got Dart, they didn't get Sanders, and the fall was on at that point.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Cosmo was supposed to fight Ciaran Clark, but he had to pull off injury. You get the call. You get to go in there. What was it like for you when you got that call, jumping in there and be part of this bantamweight tournament on short notice?
Terrifying, man. 2 weeks notice against a stud, but I've been preparing my whole life for it, and I couldn't say no to the opportunity, and saw what happened. I came in there and kind of shocked the world. Not kind of, I did.
Only on SportsGrid.
Malaysia Fawali, who you guys know I am a huge fan, has decided to switch allegiances and stay in league. And now she's going to go play for Kim Mulkey. Her, Flau'jae Johnson in the backcourt. It's going to be interesting to watch. You wonder sometimes with roster construction, maybe too much is not too good.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
You don't think that there's something to the fact that they blow all these leads against the Edmonton Oilers? It's like the Oilers could be down 4 goals and they come back like it's nothing.
We got a series now. I think this thing is going to reset, Scott. I think home ice advantage is going to hold true in this series. I think I told you that last week. I'm expecting this. I picked the Kings in 7 before the series started, and it's like plus 700.
Pharrell, coast to coast, only on Sport.
And welcome in. It's in-game live game day on this marvelous Monday evening. Scott Wetzel, Dave Sharapan for the next 2 glorious hours, right up until 10 p.m. Eastern time, watching, analyzing, and betting on the world of sports. Ah, yes, little postseason action once again tonight. NBA, we got NHL, and we got a full slate, semi-slate anyway, of baseball stuff. We got 5 on the line trends coming up here in a sec. We got our SGP, Black Clouds. We got it all, Dave, over the next 2 glorious hours. What's going on, my friend? How are you this evening?
Great. Fired up, right? Not for the Knicks. You're going to have to keep an eye on that one. That's exclusively all the Wetzel household. You watch that because I'm fired up for the hockey. I really, really am excited to see what Toronto can do tonight. I got it close by to matches the Cubs stuff, but like the Cubs tonight.
Nice.
We'll see what the Maple Leafs can do. I really feel like they got to change the way they play a little bit. They got to be a little bit nasty. They got to match the physicality of Florida, who I think right now, hate to say it, I mean, they're the best team in hockey. I really think the Panthers right now, odds-on favorite, as they should be, and everything's lining up. Huge favorite in this series. So I can't wait to watch the hockey. We got the baseball going on, of course. Dodgers just winning again like it's nothing every single day. The Pirates actually winning, Wetzel. I got this little stat for you. How about this? The Pirates are 9-8 against teams under 500. Sounds good. And the Cardinals are under 500. So plus 145 today. Not bad. They're 3-15 against the rest. So off to their worst start since 2006. That's terrible. But yeah, we got Mets baseball later. We got a pretty good basketball game later too. I think the second basketball game will be more competitive than the first. What about you?
That's what I'm thinking. A little worried about both home teams. They've been off, especially OKC. They haven't played in 9 days. And we saw what happened to Cleveland yesterday. Although I happen to think Indiana was going to give them a good series anyway. But I think that did play a role in it. You know, when you don't play for a week, it's kind of weird. You know, it's not like you're not practicing, right? You're still going to the gym. You're still shooting. So theoretically, it shouldn't really be that big a deal. But, you know, we've seen 1,000 times where these teams that don't play for a week and a half, Just the shot's not there. The legs aren't there. Well, for whatever reason, it's just not there. So I wouldn't be surprised. I like Denver tonight. I don't know if they win outright, but they beat them, 2 out of the 4 meetings. And when you consider OKC only had 14 losses all year, 15% of them came against one team, Denver. So I don't think this is going to be a lopsided series. I think out of all the series, this is the one that could be the closest. I think the Knicks win. I actually think Indiana could knock off Cleveland. But out of the main two, the Boston, New York, and this one, I think Denver could give them a fight.
Okay, you said you think the Knicks win. You don't really think the Knicks win, right?
No, Cleveland. Cleveland. I meant Indiana. They said the Knicks. I meant Indiana. I think Indiana can beat Cleveland.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair. That's fine. Yeah. The Knicks aren't beating the Celtics.
No. Nah, I'll give them one game. Yeah, just I'll give. It's funny. I had more confidence in the Celtics in this series than I did in the Orlando series. That Orlando series scared me. Yeah, it just Orlando has beaten them so many times, time after time after time. They really have a good record against them. So that wouldn't worry me. The Knicks, listen, what was that series in baseball with the Dodgers where they were like 10-1 against a team that they faced in the postseason, and then they end up losing the series? I mean, it could happen. But the Knicks are 0-10 against the best teams, including 0-4 against the Celtics. I mean, it would take such a monumental upset, barring an injury. But, injuries happen. Porzingis goes down. Tatum goes down.
Sounds like a trend, actually.
There you go.
Sounds just like a trend. Get to it. Let's go.
Yep, here we go. We got our 5 on-the-line trends. These are the best 5 trends of games we try and put in there that have yet to get underway. We do have one that is just starting. But our 5 best trends for the night were 94 and 65, 5 on the line time. All right, we'll start with a little NHL. The trend, I'm going to go the other way, but the trend, Florida and Toronto under. 3-1 in the 4 meetings this season, went under 6-3 their last 9. It's not a great trend, but 4 games in hockey is a decent sample size. It's not like baseball or any other sport. So Florida, Toronto, both under teams. Where are we gonna go? Let's go under 5.5. Florida at Toronto. Again, I happen to like the over, Dave. I do it in game 1. That's the only game I would play the over, because I kind of reason it's like teams coming off an all-star break. Both have had a long – Florida's had 9 days off or a week off, whatever it is. Toronto's had a bunch of days off. We see it after the all-star game when they have 3, 4, 5 days off. They come out flying, always high-scoring games. I get the sense this is going to be that way, but this would be the only game I play the over. But the trend says under. So
I like over, and the way the goals are scored at the end of games with empty netters and stuff, I think we'll be okay. What's number 4?
All right, number 4 on our list, heading in reverse order, obviously. Oklahoma City, 19-2, their last 21 games. 17-4 against the spread, their last 21 games as well. That is a crazy against the spread number. So where are we going to go? It's a big number. It is to lay, but Oklahoma City laying 10.5 now. Line jumped up from 9.5 to 10.5. That's a good sign versus Denver.
Okay. We'll see. I'm not anything over double digits has me nervous, but
me too.
I'm iffy on that one. What's next?
Yeah, me too. And I told you, I actually like Denver in that one. Next up, number 3 on our Super 5 on the line. Baseball. This one did just get underway. Houston taking on Milwaukee. Astros riding a nice fat little 7 straight over streak. So where are we gonna go? Let's go over 8.5. Houston at Milwaukee tonight.
Why not? I didn't do much work with this one. Not sure about Myers. Blanco feels like over. All right, you sold me. What's next?
Cool. Number 2 on our 5 on the line. Little baseball action out on the West Coast. Yes, the New York Mets versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Mets really have owned this series over the years. They're 30-13 against Arizona the last 4 seasons plus. 30-13. That's a hefty number. So, and the Mets really haven't been great in those years. So let's go. Where are we going to go? Obviously, New York Mets. There you go. Minus the 102, right, at Arizona.
Little bargain basement price, I feel like, too. I'll take the Mets in this spot. We had a crazy trend we can mention in the next segment with the Mets yesterday.
Right.
I don't know, like 30 years in a row they lost on that day. or whatever it was. But not tonight. Mets win and Alonso homers.
Right. There you go. Ooh, how about that little parlay for you? Okay.
Yeah.
So that leaves us with just one. The number one coup de grace trend play of the night.
Oh.
I was waiting for a little sounder there. All right, no sound.
Oh, that's all right.
It's
We'll
okay.
get it. Yeah,
Okay.
a second.
It is. That's right. Yep. Seattle, 19, 12, and 2 over. They're the number 2 over team in all of baseball, behind only, surprisingly enough, Miami, including 7 and 1 over their last 8. A's 9 and 6 over at home as well. So where are we going to go? There you go. Over 9. In fact, some circles it's down to 8.5. Seattle and Oakland / Sacramento.
Yeah, it's painted 9 out here in the desert. Makes perfect sense. That's a 5 on the line right there. A little nervous about that OKC one. A little worried about that over in the Seattle and A's. I kind of leaning under.
Yeah, it is down to 8.5. So get yourself a little better number if you want. All right, in-game live continues.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip? Try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
And welcome back. It is in-game live game day on the grid. Just getting underway on this Monday evening. A little playoff hockey, playoff basketball. Ah, yes, we should all enjoy this. It won't be around for much longer. That's got to be good news because we're all sitting on the over. So what do we got, Mr. Sharapan?
Oh, Canada. Nylander from like parallel to the goal line. I don't even know how that puck went in, but 1-0 Toronto. I ain't taking this hat off until they give up the lead. This hat is staying on. I was going to wear the Cubs stuff because I like the Cubs. I got the Cubs jersey on. Cubs tonight was the baseball play. But, man, oh, man, what a perfect start. It's only a couple minutes into the game. And not even a minute into the game. Is that right? Wow.
Yeah. A minute and a
Here
half
we go. What'd that move the
I
number to,
told
the
you.
total? 6.5? 6.5?
6.5.
Okay.
I still think we could get a 4-3 game. I'm telling you, it's just, I said it perfectly. I'm a genius. It's like these games after the All-Star. No, we don't even have to say that anymore, really. We should have a banner like genius kind of flashing, when the sound horn goes off. It's like these games after the All-Star break. It really is. We follow that all the time, right? The first game or so after the All-Star break, these guys got so much energy and they come flying out. A goal first 5 minutes, or at least first 10 minutes, which is about pick 'em, would have been a good play tonight. I don't generally play that market too much, but that would have been a good play because over 1.5 goals first period, I would have been a good play. I'm sure it's probably 2.5 now, just because I've seen it happen so many times. It may settle down second period, third period, maybe 2-1. Who knows when everything is said and done. But you're going to get more goals tonight, I think, in any of the 7 games of the series, which it could be.
Okay. I like that. We might have to build a stinger. Scott Wetzel, genius, something. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Maybe genius plays or something. Mensa, monster play, something. I don't know. I used to call
Nostradamus.
Guys well, we could do that too. We might have to do the old Johnny Carson, hold up the envelope, to the head Carmack, the future teller guy. Geniuses, though, would remember their numbers. Just remember that, okay? You would, if you're a genius, you remember the numbers all the time. The numbers are very, very important in the book. I just got this text, by the way, from my friend the Shrew. He's watching us right now out in Sacramento. He said it's extremely gusty and windy. He don't live far from the stadium.
Ooh.
So check the wind. There's multiple apps. You can see which way it's blowing. But he said if it's blowing in, he likes that underplay. So keep that in mind. On a 5 on the line, the number one trend play right there. Well, this is like
is over.
Oh, is over.
But, because the trends say over.
Oh.
But I will tell you this. It's kind of like when it's windy in football. Everybody bets the under. Oh, wind gust 30 miles an hour, right? But what happens is when the team has the wind behind their back, they start throwing every single down and they score a touchdown or two. Then when the opposing team gets the wind at their back, they start throwing every single down. They score a touchdown or two, and all of a sudden it's 14-all at halftime, and you're sitting on under 37.5. So same thing could happen in baseball. Wind gusts, they change. Wrigley Field, no, if you got water, they got water too, I guess. But it just, I don't let weather affect. I've seen too many goofy things. Wrigley Field would be the only time. I've been there. I've seen it. And you could have like 700-foot home runs turn into 350-foot outs with the wind coming off Lake Michigan there. But I'll take my chances on the over.
Yeah, the betting. I wish I would have gone to Wrigley earlier. I didn't go to Wrigley until last year, first time, and really got to appreciate the effect of the wind. Because saw it in books for years. Like people you get that first wind report. I mean, you'd have to move the total, and usually you don't move a baseball total. You move the juice. So like if you had 8 and it was 8 flat minus 110 and you got under bet limit bets. So you take it to minus 120 and then you're going to just go to 7.5 based on a wind report. So Wrigley is the one that affects the most. There's no question about that. The Pirates are still leading 2-0, by the way, bottom of second. That's a good score for baseball. Braves lead the Reds 4-0, bottom of the fourth. Dodgers are up 6-0. Dodgers just win every day.
Dodgers bucking that Sunday night, Monday night system. I'm not exactly sure why that is a system, but it is. In that you play Sunday night and then you travel, play Monday night, you bet against that team. It's undefeated so far this year, but today was a real test with the Dodgers playing in Atlanta last night and the Marlins being the Marlins, right?
That's a short flight.
Well, that's it. It's a short flight and the Marlins suck. And, teams do that all the time during the week. It's not like they don't play games Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, fly, and they're playing a game Thursday. There's just something about a Sunday night. Maybe because all the other teams get an extra 3, 4, 5 hours off because they played in the afternoon and you played at night. But it's really not like it doesn't make sense why that works out. It's been pretty, that's like a common people do that.
5 and
religious
13 in
bet
their
that.
last 18 games. Like that's enough to make me keep off the Marlins right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
And it's already 6-1. Marlins number 1 over team. And they got 2 on, bottom of the 6th inning. Over under is 10.5. We're gonna get 4 more runs. I think we do. I think we do.
6-1 in game number 10.5. Yes, I would say yes right now. Yes,
yeah,
I think we do.
Stankies and Padres, no score, bottom of the 3rd. 5.5.
Lock that thing up for an under. Yeah. Once the Padres get to the bullpen, the bullpen for the Padres is a half a run better than the second best bullpen in baseball. Just keep that in mind.
Wow, really? Okay.
Yeah.
You want a trend that would have been the number 1 trend had this game started a little bit later?
Absolutely, give it to me.
All right, hold on a second. Baseball, White Sox at Kansas City. Now, you're going to get a lot of negative White Sox trends, right? Kansas City Royals, 14-1. Their last 15 games against the White Sox, and 11 of the 14 wins have come by 2 runs or more. They've outscored them 84-34 by 50 runs in those games. That's Kansas City, right?
Yep.
No score right now.
New to social casinos? You're in for a treat. Most online casinos offer bonus cash or coins just for signing up. That's your own little participation trophy. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
18.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Fans hate them. Like, kids go to Giant games and they're like, my father forces me to come, or my grandfather was a season ticket holder. Like, no one has fun. It's a miserable place to go.
The Giants' problem has always been over the last several years, and it's been the reason why Barkley never really got off, is the offensive line.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
If you're going to trade Durant, right, it means things are getting weird anyway. Teams are going to, before they go for Durant, they're going to go for Devin Booker. That's just the reality of it.
You get rid of Durant, or do you do the crazy one? Because you're so far out of the West, you get rid of Booker, because D-Book will bring you far more in a return.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
And welcome back. It is in-game live game day on the grid. Scott and Dave, hour number 1, 24 past the hour. You know what time it is. Time for a little SGP same game parlay time. All right, we're going to use the NBA second game tonight, and that's Denver at OKC. We're really going to use last night's, or yesterday afternoon's anyway, Indiana game as the precursor to this one. Why? because we saw what a long layoff did with Cleveland. We're not seeing it with the Celtics. I will say that they're up double digits against the Knicks. But the Knicks are one thing. The Denver Nuggets are another. So let's plan our first fork. We got a 5-legger here. We're going to go on Denver's side of things. I think they're going to have their way tonight. I don't know if they win outright. I won't call that, but they were 2-2 against Oklahoma City, straight up against the spread. They held their own. Again, only 14 losses for OKC. 2 of them came from Denver. No reason why they can't play well. OKC hasn't played in 9 days. 9 days. So give me Denver plus the 10.5. I'll gladly take that. It's up 1 point from earlier today. Then we're going to use the Joker. Guy averaged the triple-double in the 4 games against OKC. So if I think Denver's going to play well tonight, then why not the Joker get a triple-double tonight? I know you're asking a lot there, but it's plus 115. And again, he averaged a triple-double against them, so why not? And then we'll go with 2 steals. He gets steals. He had 2 steals, in all the games against OKC. 2 3-pointers. Same thing. He gets 2 3-pointers. If we think he's going to score, he does get 3 pointers. Doesn't have a lot, but I'm not worried about the 2 3-pointers if he gets the triple-double. And then we'll use 1 on OKC side, which really bumps this up. It was right around 5.5, 6-1, 6.5 maybe. And then we put Chet Holmgren in for 2 blocks. He gets that in his sleep, minus 320. And it bumped it way up. So let's go Denver plus the points, triple-double for the Joker. 2 steals, 2 3-pointers, and then Holmgren with his 2 blocks. Plus 1050. Not bad.
We do this every single night right here on SportsGrid, Monday through Friday. Yep. You and I with In-Game Live, and you do the same game parlay. And I ask you every single night, which one beats you? Which one gets you? I mean, and you don't normally do this. Everything is relying on Joker tonight.
Joker.
You got 3 out of the 5 Joker props. The Holmgren one is a layup, slam dunk. That one's getting there.
Right.
Is it any of the Joker props, or is it the other one?
Well, it's got the only one that's left, right? Unless you want to go Denver. I think Denver covers. I do. So I would go maybe the steals. Maybe he doesn't get 2 steals. It's kind of crazy to say he's going to have more confidence getting a triple-double than 2 steals, but maybe that would be the one, the 2 steals. Okay. I think he gets the triple-double. Yeah. He's got to get rebounds. You know that. It's the assist cover that you have to worry a little bit.
Right, but I think the cover might be the problem. No joke. Looking at it, worried about the cover, and I'm actually worried about the steals one too. But listen, you've been diving into the steals market pretty good. You've done it. Yeah. You did it last week a couple of times. It was easy. Just kind of a free space on the same game parlay.
Yeah, listen, if they weren't 2-2, then I probably wouldn't do it. But they were 2-2 this year, so that's pretty good. I think one of the wins was at OKC, if memory serves me right. And one of the losses was opening day. It's like, who cares about that, right? So you throw that out the window. So in reality, they were 2-1. Again, OKC hasn't played in 9 days. I mean, their last game was April 26th. That's a long time off to expect to be on your A game. So, again, are they going to lose? No, probably not. But are they going to win by 11 points? I gave you that number about OKC. Denver first half. That's not bad. Right. Yeah. I will say this about OKC, right? We've given this number out. Where is it? Out of their hold on a second. There you go. OKC, 57 of their 72 wins. All but 15 have come by double digits.
Woo!
Amazing. Only 15 single-digit wins.
Year.
That really is just an amazing
stat,
is an
right? Unbelievable year. Yeah, that is an unbelievable season. Well, that's good. We'll ask Dawson about that. Up next, you see it right there on the screen, Jeff Dawson from East Coast Sports Investor. So we'll ask him. I'm sure we'll have a little take on either the hockey or the basketball, a little bit of baseball. A lot going on.
Yeah.
Maybe, did he hit the Derby? I don't know if he hit the Derby or not.
I don't know. Maybe. We'll find out when we come back. Jeff Dawson, EastCoastSportsInvestors.com.
New to social casinos? You're in for a treat. Most online casinos offer bonus cash or coins just for signing up. That's your own little participation trophy. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
18.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Fans hate them. Like, kids go to Giant games and they're like, my father forces me to come, or my grandfather was a season ticket holder. Like, no one has fun. It's a miserable place to go.
The Giants' problem has always been over the last several years, and it's been the reason why Barkley never really got off, is the offensive line.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
If you're going to trade Durant, right, it means things are getting weird anyway. Teams are going to, before they go for Durant, they're going to go for Devin Booker. That's just the reality of it.
You get rid of Durant, or do you do the crazy one? Because you're so far out of the West, you get rid of Booker, because D-Book will bring you far more in a return.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day on the Grid on this Monday evening, getting back into the swing of things with a little NBA postseason, NHL, and a decent enough slate of baseball. So what better guy to talk about it all? See if he's got a Kentucky Derby winning ticket that he's yet to cash as well. Our good buddy Jeff Dawson, EastCoastSportsInvestors.com. What do you say, Jeff? Did you have? It wasn't a great payoff, but still, winning ticket's a winning ticket if you had it. Did you?
Well, the sad part is, no, we didn't have a winning ticket. We had journalism.
Yeah, me too.
But we had the nice price on Baeza, and that's the real kick in the gym. He's coming like a freight train, finished third. Bet you'll be a real nice look ahead for the Belmont, not the Preakness, of course. But hats off to Sovereignty. Sovereign, was getting second favorite. Just followed journalism, and I think journalism went a tad too early, and he just followed him on the right side, and it was a great race. The three best horses finished 1, 2, 3, and as you guys said, the payoff. I saw people invest $600, $650. I got the exactor, I got the try, and then 10 minutes later, 15 minutes when they showed the payout, here come the tears because they were losing money.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where if you do the try and you put the all button on the top and stuff, you're like, yeah, that's barely a break even, just slight loser. So it stinks. We'll talk about that more as we get closer to the Preakness, I'm sure. Hockey tonight. I'm wearing a Maple Leafs hat. I never wore one before, but I put it on and they scored. You think they hold on tonight, or did you have a play in this one at all? Side total, anything?
I did not. I was looking for a way to get into this game. And to be honest, guys, I think when the dust settles, this will be a 6 or a 7 game series. I wasn't going to lay the lumber on Florida minus the 170 to win the series, especially with Toronto with the home ice, number one. Number two, they're playing with house money. They're not the favorites here. They're not the target on their front logo here. Now they can maybe steal game one, and now it's Florida that's chasing. So if Florida lost this game, they'll be about to pick them in the series. I was thinking of jumping in on Florida in the series if Toronto holds on. What do you have to do in Toronto if you're a Leafs fan, you got to get out early because if they get behind, it is a morgue there. They're sitting on their hands. 33 seconds, Nylander scores. Crowd's going to be in it. Dave, yeah, I think they can hold on here. I do. I think they can steal game one here.
Any thoughts on the over-under? They got the one goal. It is back down to the original 5.5. We were all excited sitting on the over. Goal less than a minute in, but here we sit 1-0 with 7 minutes left.
Scott, we've been on a few times, and I've been following you on your timeline, plus 12 units on the overs, and I applaud because NHL playoffs, unders. I sent you something Sunday. I was like, it was a 5 in the Winnipeg. But I don't have on my bingo card 4 and 5 goals scored on the third period or 3 empty net goals, and you had the perfect storm again. 2 minutes to go, 1 goal scored. Didn't even get the empty net. No, we'll tie it, and we'll get to overtime, and you get the over there. So I think Toronto can – I think if Toronto wins this game, it's going to be an under tonight. How's that sound, guys?
Okay, that's fine. We'll take it. That'll work. Baseball. Mets out at Arizona. And, I mean, the game's a pick 'em, which kind of surprising to me considering Nelson on the mound. But I'm leaning Mets. Side total, anything for you in this one?
Been doing a lot of talking to friends in our lanes here, guys, and the baseball is not what we grew up with here. It's not score a run and guys hold them or they come back and score a run. They're scoring in bunches. You see a lot of 0-0-0. Then you're seeing crooked numbers 3, 4s, and 5s. It's get a couple guys on and 3 guys, not to move them over, guys. It's to swing for the fences. So you're seeing some 3s, 4s, and 5s. So I'm going to take the Mets over 2.5 in the first 5 here, guys. Maybe you get Lindor and someone else on, and then you get a Vientos 3-run homer. I've seen a lot of teams stuck on 4 a lot of these games, full game. So I'm going to take a shot the first 5 here initially with them over 2.5. First 5, and then we are coming back for over the 4.5 in the full game. Guaranteed 27 outs here. They're the road team. I think there's going to be some run score. I saw a 9.5 for the under over there. So I think first 1 to 5 wins this, and I think it's the Mets today.
All right. How about our Celt? Ooh, we got another. Wow, another goal.
Hit
I guess
Vinny.
that's good.
Hit it.
Hit the horn.
2-0.
2-0.
Canada. Maple Leafs.
Wow.
Go ahead. I ain't taking his hat off. I'm telling you right now. I ain't taking his hat
Nylander
off.
is second of the game, apparently. Wow. How about that?
Yeah.
Then it could be better if it was Austin Matthews, but still, they'll take it. I'd still take a little flyer on Florida right now, plus 310. But anyway, how about Celtics? This was the one game I was a little concerned with, a little bit, and yet here they are out to a nice 67-50 lead opening moments of the second half against the Knicks. Now laying 18.5. That's tough to bet on. Did love the over in the game. It's down to 209.5. Will the Knicks at least be competitive in this game from here on out? And do you think they'll win a game in this series?
I turned the game on and it was a hack-a-shack, and they were just hack, and they couldn't make the free throws. Celtics, I think it was Brown and someone else, 1 for 11. I think it was White, 1 for 11 from 3, yet up 16 at half. Last time I was on here, I said no. The other team, the opposing team, would not make a run. I think the Knicks can make a run here. I think, what was the close in 9? Right around 10, Scott?
Yeah. 9.5.
Yeah, so we'll know early in the third period here. I mean, does it get to 20-22, or do they chip away and get it to close? So one of the 2 games in the Garden will be close. I think the Knicks have a run in them to make this close, and then depending upon where you shop, it will probably close and end right around that 8, 9, 10 number when this game closes.
Late night baseball also. Seattle and the A's. We were talking about the game earlier. It appeared on our 5 on the line. You got about 30 seconds. You like a side or total in Seattle at Sacramento?
Yeah, athletics, long trip cross country here to get back home. The old Bronx Zoo effect, the sea legs, the weak legs, seeing the girlfriend, the family for the first time in a few days. Opened up minus 110 to athletics. Seattle now getting steamed to 119. We got them at minus 108. I think they got a pitching edge here initially with Miller and Severino. I think I'm going to play full game here, guys, and I played Seattle minus the 108 in the full game.
Any thoughts real quickly? Denver, OKC, getting 10.5?
Yeah, this OKC, it's rest versus rust here, guys. And don't forget Denver coming off an emotional seven-game series. I like OKC first half minus the 5.5. I think they'll take them to the woodshed here, and I'm expecting a blowout. And then what I'm saying here is I took a shot with Denver under the 108.5 on their team total, expecting, late third, early fourth, it will be a blowout, and they stay under 109, guys.
JD, who wins more games in their series, the Nuggets or the Knicks?
Ooh, that's a great. Everyone thinks the Celtics in a gentleman's sweep here. I think the Knicks are going to find a way to do well in home court at the Mecca. I really do. I'm going to go Knicks here, Dave. This OKC team got snuck up on by the Mavericks at this spot last year. I think they're rested. They're hungry. They're just taking their chops out. Denver, no coach. I know they got Joker. They survived the Clippers. I think they're going to win it in 5 there. I can see the Celtics going in 6.
Wow. All right. Great job, Jeff. Jeff Dawson, EastCoastSportsInvestors.com. We'll talk soon. Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
New to social casinos? You're in for a treat. Most online casinos offer bonus cash or coins just for signing up. That's your own little participation trophy. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
Rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Fans hate them. Like, kids go to Giant games and they're like, my father forces me to come, or my grandfather was a season ticket holder. Like, no one has fun. It's a miserable place to go.
The Giants' problem has always been over the last several years, and it's been the reason why Barkley never really got off, is the offensive line.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
If you're going to trade Durant, right, it means things are getting weird anyway. Teams are going to, before they go for Durant, they're going to go for Devin Booker. That's just the reality of it.
You get rid of Durant, or do you do the crazy one? Because you're so far out of the West, do you get rid of Booker? Because D-Book will bring you far more in a return.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
And welcome back. It is in-game live game day on the grid. Again, thanks to Jeff Dawson, EastCoastSportsInvestors.com, EastCoastSportsInvestors.com. I disagree with some of the things he said as far as I think I'm usually pessimistic. I think Denver can give a much bigger challenge to OKC than Boston will get from the Knicks, but he thought the other way, which is why you have gambling. So one on one side, one on the other. Right now, no contest. It is all Celtics, 72-52. With 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter. I don't know how these teams get blown out like they do in the NBA all the time. I mean, you're sitting around, you're waiting for the series to begin, you're all pumped up. And I know the Celtics are better than the Knicks, but they're not 20 points third quarter better than them. So 19 and a half, over under is 204 now. I did love the over. I should have bet over Celtics team total because that's why I like the over. But the dopey Knicks aren't helping us out here, Eddie. Down to 204 and a half. So
this is what happens.
Points.
I mean, it was an emotional win for the Knicks. Brunson hitting the shot. I mean, it was everything you could have asked for if you were a Knicks fan and excited and all this other stuff. And then they go to Boston and big trouble. That's why I'm a little worried about the Nuggets thing tonight. I'm not going to, sugarcoat it. Them having to expend the energy that they did. They won easily, though. Like, they won
easily.
That game Saturday was they just cruised to that game. So it was just terrible. Hit
We
it,
got
Vinny.
one? We
Hit
got
it,
one?
Vinny.
Florida power play. Where's the genius sign? Where's the genius sign? I mean, come on.
Beep, 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 beep.
Little
There it is
flashing
right there.
lights.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
There you
We can
go.
put one up. 3 goals in the first period. That's good. That's pretty good.
Wow. What's the number now?
So
it's locked.
Got to be 7.5, right?
Oh, no. Wow, no, it's good. It's good. It's good. Hit it again.
Yeah.
Hit it again.
What?
Hit it again.
Wow.
Toronto scores.
What
did they score? Like 5 seconds after the goal?
I didn't even register yet.
Wow.
I mean, they didn't even. I was looking to see what the total went to, and they didn't even get a chance to put the new number up. There was no new number when that goal just scored. So now it's 8.5.
Let me see.
Yeah, and now it's 8.
Let me see. Toronto's now it's 8. Toronto's got the puck in their own end, right? So it's 2-1. Florida looks like they're going to score again. Oh, they all got pinched in 2-on-1.
Yeah.
Look at this. Boom.
Odd man rush. Even strength.
That's all it takes, man. Right? That's all it takes, Dave. It just you're threatening. You just scored, and you pinch those defensemen in. You always hear that, when a team is down and like they have to take challenges. The defensemen go in rather than stay back at the blue line. Right? These guys went in, puck ricocheted out, and Toronto had a 2-on-1 break, and they convert.
Got to be honest.
Wow.
I don't know where Bobrovsky was on that one. But he got him on a stick side. He shot it where he said you would shoot it, so
Right.
over the stick side, over that shoulder, and beat him.
And stop it.
Wow, that's a big goal right there to answer Florida. It's 3-1 with 2.5 minutes to go. Would this be? This wouldn't be the worst loss that Toronto ever had for a home playoff game, but this would be a bad loss. I asked this question on the Twitter, and I'm gonna put it up right now because Preston was able to get this and put this on a graphic. Look at this. So I asked this question: the worst sports team loss you ever felt, whether you actually had a bet on it or not, is immaterial. And mine is right there. Picture, it's not even close. When Sid Bream crossed home plate and beat the Pirates in 1992, I was in a fraternity house at Penn State with a couple dear friends. My dear friend from Philadelphia locked the door to keep me inside because my other fraternity brothers were running down the hall doing the tomahawk chop. I wanted to fight everybody. And I had called my dad in between innings, in between the top of the ninth and the bottom of the ninth, to confirm that he had the World Series tickets, that we were going to go to the World Series. Because I had driven back and forth 3 hours to all of the NLCS games in Pittsburgh. That one still hurts today. It still hurts me today. I mean, and little did I know it'd be the last time the Pirates were in a playoff game other than a wild card game since then, 1992. What is your worst loss, Wetzel? One that still gets you in the feels.
I have two. I one for football, one for baseball. The Buckner play. Now, listen, the game was already tied, but I'll just use that game. That game. Red Sox up by 2 runs, 2 out, bottom of the 9th inning.
Ouch.
Yeah, I was watching with a girlfriend. That was the end of that relationship, as I was swearing and everything else. That was the end of that one. And then when the other one is when the Dolphins lost to the Raiders. The Kenny Stabler, the Charles Davis Sea of Hands game. That was and like you with Pittsburgh, that was the end of the Dolphins run. Then those guys all went to the WFL, and that was the end, basically, of the Dolphins. And I think they would have won again that year. Yeah, that was the end of them. So that one hurts. That I remember. I was watching by myself.
That, though? I believe I know who won the Super Bowl after that. Yeah, right. Yeah, we're back.
Right. Yeah,
was the beneficiary of that
started the dealer. Yeah, the Steeler dynasty. So
that's right. I remember.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I like those teams. I'm old enough, sad to say. I remember those Dolphin teams. I like those teams. Now, they won, but I still like them more than I ever liked any of the Dan Marino teams, which I liked, obviously, but that's where I kind of grew up on football when I was really, young with those Dolphins.
Oh, yeah. So, the ones when you're a kid, really, you really hold on to and remember. I mean, that was unfortunate about the Mets.
I will say this. This is how smart I was even back then, Dave. I mean, 3-4 years old, right? This is how smart I was. So the Dolphins score. It's just a genius from the get-go. Benny Malone scores out of like a 7-8 yard run with just over 2 minutes left. And at 3 years old, 4 years old, whatever I was, I said, you know what? They scored too soon. They scored too soon. Even then, I was thinking strategy. I was just a born sports genius. And I knew they were going to come down to too much time on the clock.
Unbelievable.
How's that? Should have been a coach. Missed my calling.
Yeah.
Right, should have been a coach.
Yeah.
Missed my calling.
Probably.
Really did. So I'm stuck with you instead. Black Cloud coming up.
New to social casinos? You're in for a treat. Most online casinos offer bonus cash or coins just for signing up. That's your own little participation trophy. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
18.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Fans hate them. Like, kids go to Giant games and they're like, my father forces me to come, or my grandfather was a season ticket holder. Like, no one has fun. It's a miserable place to go.
The Giants' problem has always been over the last several years, and it's been the reason why Barkley never really got off, is the offensive line.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
If you're going to trade Durant, right, it means things are getting weird anyway. Teams are going to, before they go for Durant, they're going to go for Devin Booker. That's just the reality of it.
You get rid of Durant, or do you do the crazy one? Because you're so far out of the West, do you get rid of Booker? Because D-Book will bring you far more in a return.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Final segment, hour number one. Boy, we are flying. It is 3-1 after one now. Toronto and Florida ended up the first period. So it's Celtics still leading by double digits. So plenty of time to get our Black Cloud play of the day in. All right, we're going to go off the beaten path a little bit. Nothing too crazy. We're 28-15 here, so let's get off to a nice little winning streak. Let's maybe go 5-0, 4-1, hopefully at worst this week. So only got a couple of games to deal with, right? We got the one NBA game, not going to deal with that. Got the two baseball games. We'll choose one. Mets and Arizona Diamondbacks, right? We gave you the monster numbers with the Mets against Arizona, 30-13, but we're not going to go there. We're going to look at some strikeout props. Ricky Nelson for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Ryan Nelson for the, I'm thinking
Ryan
Ricky Nelson. Yeah, Ryan Nelson. Ryan, Ricky, what's the difference? He's going to be a loser tonight. Ryan Nelson for the Arizona Diamondbacks, right? Over under 4.5 strikeouts. All right, so I looked it up. He's a reliever. He's not even, again, genius. Yeah, do research. He's not even a starter. This is a bullpen by committee game because what's his face? So they got Burns is hurt already. So
Yes,
he's going to get thrown in. I'm shocked that FanDuel and the other sites are giving us an over under. I really am. First outing this year, an inning and 2/3 against the Cubs, a third inning against the Stankies, 3 innings, 2/3 of an inning. 2 1/3 innings. You know, he did get 5 strikeouts in that one against Tampa Bay. And then here's the kicker to it all. He's faced the Mets before his last outing. Very difficult going back-to-back against the same team, right? And he pitched great. 4 innings, no runs, no hits, no anything. You know what? He got 3 strikeouts. The best pitching performance of the season, and he still only got 3 strikeouts. There's no way he gets 5 tonight. Even if there might be a little juice, some are 3.5, some are 4.5. I would go with the 4.5, but even if it is 3.5, he's not getting 5 strikeouts again. And that game, he threw 68 pitches. That's by far the most he's thrown. He's probably got 60, 70 pitches before they yank him. They hope probably to get 4 innings out of him like they did. The only concern, again, it's gambling, Dave, so there's always a concern. Mets did play a doubleheader yesterday in St. Louis and had to fly to Arizona. So are the bats a little tired? Maybe, but you know what I'm thinking? I'll turn it into a positive. If the bats are tired, then they're not going to want to be standing there for 5 minutes, and they're going to be swinging on the first or second pitch. So give me under 4.5. Love that one.
Outstanding genius breakdown right there. I mean, really, that was that just made perfect sense. Yeah, we'll see. I like the Mets tonight. I'm not just saying that because Vincenzo's doing the show with us. I like this. The number is a little higher because maybe they're going to try to extend him through 5 innings. Try to get, he's normally, I think, a one-time through the order guy. So maybe they're going to try to get him through twice. We'll see. I just got this text from someone watching the show right now, my buddy again, Shrew. He's a Cleveland guy. His worst losses are between the 1997 World Series, right, when they lost to the Marlins,
Florida,
and the drive.
Piner.
The drive. He said it was worse than the fumble.
Was tough.
Oh boy,
that was
tough to be a Cleveland fan. Yeah.
That was tough. Yeah, that would be a good one, because they gave up the drive to tie the game, and if memory serves me correct, Denver won the coin toss and went right down the field again and scored. So you didn't even have a chance, the Browns, to win the game. So I wonder if he's old. Is he old enough to remember Brian Sipe throwing an interception in the end zone against the Raiders?
Yep.
That was a tough one.
Yep.
That was a tough one too. But yeah, what's worse, Browns fans? The Biner fumble or the drive, which you really didn't. But they went, 97 yards, 93 yards, whatever it was.
I feel bad even continuing to talk about this. That's not good. I feel like we're pouring it on. I don't
dinking and dunking the ball down the field. It wasn't even a big play. It was just dink, 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 dink. Where were the linebackers? Where was the defensive coordinator? Hey, guys, cover the guy coming out of the backfield. No pressure, right?
84-75, Celtics lead the Knicks by 9, which is right around the number at the end of the third quarter. We have Kaufman coming up next with us to talk about some NBA basketball and get him in here so he can then go enjoy the rest of the game. And we'll get his take on the late game too.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's got props and all kind of other stuff for that. Think that one will be a high-scoring game?
It's up to 229.5 that second game. That was 226.5 this afternoon. Adam Kaufman, SportsGrid host, coming up next.
New to social casinos? You're in for a treat. Most online casinos offer bonus cash or coins just for signing up. That's your own little participation trophy. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
Rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
18.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Fans hate them. Like, kids go to Giant games and they're like, my father forces me to come, or my grandfather was a season ticket holder. Like, no one has fun. It's a miserable place to go.
The Giants' problem has always been over the last several years, and it's been the reason why Barkley never really got off, is the offensive line.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
If you're going to trade Durant, right, it means things are getting weird anyway. Teams are going to, before they go for Durant, they're going to go for Devin Booker. That's just the reality of it.
You get rid of Durant, or do you do the crazy one? Because you're so far out of the West, you get rid of Booker, because D-Book will bring you far more in a return.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Dave, as we start hour number 2 of our 2-hour extravaganza. A little hockey, a little baseball, and a little NBA. Things get a little dicey up in Beantown for beloved Celtic fans. And I will say, we did tell you to grab the Knicks plus 20 before, but once, 19, 20-point lead, down to 9, 84-75 as they just begin the fourth quarter. So let's talk to fellow Boston Celtic fan, our good buddy Adam Kaufman, SportsGrid radio TV host. You see it here all the time here on the grid. What's going on, Adam? How are you tonight?
Down to 6 now. It's getting worse, fellas.
Oh.
You're right. It was a 20-point Boston lead, and now early fourth quarter, about 10.5 to go. Celts are clinging because they have just decided all they're going to try and do is shoot three-pointers. And look, live and die by the three. This is a team that generally not only lives but thrives. This is just a night where it has not gone their way. They're shooting in the low to mid-20s from three-point range, which honestly, when you consider that fact, the dud from Kristaps Porzingis, who left at halftime with an illness, questionable to return, meaning we will not see him again, and the fact that at least as of this breath that I take, you still don't have 20-plus points out of either of the Jays, Tatum or Brown. Boston still being up in the vicinity of 10 all it is a reminder that this series is over before it started. New York cannot hang with this team.
No, it's down to 4.
84 to 80. We'll keep an eye on it going while we're here with you right now. While we're here with you right now, we got to talk about OKC and Denver, because that number is bigger, yet it feels like Denver has more of a shot to at least win a game or two, or maybe even 3 against OKC. You think they got any shot tonight, let alone not win. I don't think they're going to win, but can they cover the spread?
So, forced to make a play on a side in this one, again, we're just talking about game one, I would lean toward the Thunder. Obviously, they're incredibly well rested. They're healthy. They abused the Grizzlies, as we know, in the opening round of the playoffs. I mean, just a complete and total disaster. Whereas the Nuggets, they had to grind. It was a long series before ultimately they were able to get the best of the Clippers in sort of a lackluster game 7 there. I think Denver probably does not cover the number tonight. I would back the Thunder as a double-digit spread. But in terms of just thinking about the series, I think absolutely Denver puts up a fight, and I think they're live to win. I'm not saying I'd invest in it. If you're going to, it's certainly not a full unit play. It's a little bit of a sprinkle there at a nice plus money number. But I think the Nuggets, I wouldn't have said this about the Clippers. I don't believe in the Clippers. But the Nuggets, between having the best player in the world in Nikola Jokic. He's not going to be the MVP. That's SGA on the other side, but Jokic is still the best player in the world. They're only a couple of years removed from winning a championship, and they have the core of that roster still together. Aaron Gordon has had some nice playoff moments. Jamal Murray has turned back the clock of late. Some tremendous performances. Brown has chipped in. When you're getting good Russell Westbrook off the bench, even Michael Porter Jr. looked healthy last time out. He had an up and down series against the Clips. When Denver is fully available, that is a team that absolutely is positioned to surprise Oklahoma City, which is just, as good and deep and talented as that Thunder team is, it's inexperienced. That's one thing at the very least that the Nuggets have in their favor.
Yeah. How about that over-under, Adam? And I agree with everything you said there. We saw Cleveland struggle. They hadn't played in about a week. They struggled, lose game 1 yesterday against Indiana. We're seeing Boston struggling. You said it. They're shooting 38%. They hadn't played in about a week or so. OKC, same thing. They haven't played in 9 days. But the over-under, at least with the boys in Vegas, is going the other way. It's going up. It was 226.5. It's now at 229.5. I don't got a good read on that. Do you? Do you expect a higher scoring game tonight?
I think higher scoring games as the series goes on, but as you mentioned, just the potential rust factor on the part of the Thunder, they could certainly come out slow in that sense. If I'm looking at the full game total, it's been bet up a little too much for my blood. I'd go the other way. I'd have to bet under. But if you're looking for something that probably I'm more comfortable playing that, you just alluded to, but let's literally cut it in half. I would go under for the first half total. I think that's the better way to approach it. While the Thunder, again, having not played in about a week and a half, still trying to kind of find their footing, the lack of any real rest for the Nuggets. They've had to roll from one series right into the next. They're, coupled with the travel as well, obviously. They could be coming into this one just exhausted, and that could show itself in the early goings of this game. So whether you wanted to play an under for the first quarter, under for the full half, that I would rather do that than play the full game under, just knowing that, maybe after everyone shakes off the rust and, gets a little bit of basketball underneath their collective belts, things could turn around in the second half.
The other series that's going to get underway in the West, Golden State took care of Houston on the road last night, and they're on to Minnesota. Minnesota, the 6, Golden State, the 7, and winner goes to the Western Conference Finals. Minnesota's 7.5 point favorite. I don't know what to make of the total. Got to be an under. I don't know what to make the number. Might as well be 200. But side total, first thought when you saw that number, what do you think about that series? Cough.
Yeah, I think that, look, I was on Saturday and Sunday nights with Brady Cannon this past weekend, and I feel like I spent 7 hours talking about how the Warriors were going to win Game 7, because sometimes the simplest handicap is the smartest one. There was just no way that Steph Curry was going to lose 3 straight potential closeout games in a series that the Warriors led 3-1, even at 37 years old, even as slight underdogs on the road in Houston against a team that doesn't have any tremendous players, any superstars on that side, some borderline stars, obviously some all-stars, but no, just players of that next ilk. No Anthony Edwards, for instance, on the other side there of that Houston team. And so I felt Golden State was going to win it. Now, all of that being said, going into Game 1 against the Timberwolves, this could go a couple of different ways, right? It's either the emotional letdown after advancing out of round one and having to fight as hard as they did and as prolonged as it was to come out of and survive that series to extend their season, and they are running out of championship runs with Steph Curry on the roster. He's 37. Or you get a rested Timberwolves team that, knows full well, like, people are bending over backwards trying on a national stage anyway to make Anthony Edwards the face of the league. And he hears it all. He responds to it all. He's interviewed about it all the time. He's going to have to, that at a certain point, like, the rubber meets the road, right? He was lackluster in a playoff elimination, a little bit premature last year. So this year, fine, you do your job in round one. Now you got Steph and Jimmy and Draymond and all these guys on the other side, and a Warriors team that a lot of people in terms of Vegas odds makers want to side with, want to back, want to, just go with reputation and championship lineage. This is your moment to seize all of that. And so, I'd have to look toward Minnesota in game one, but truthfully, guys, I have no idea how in the hell this series is going to play out. I'm not sure anything would surprise me.
Yeah. I know what's surprising. Celtics lead is down to 2, 85-83.
Just
Still
to make it
laying 4 to
interesting.
1. Yeah, you would hope, right? I got the Celtics in 5. I'd hate to have the first game be the one the Knicks actually win, but never easy with the Celtics. It's just never easy with
Adam,
this team.
I have a
I don't
question.
get it.
Can you stay for a minute on the next
Okay.
segment? I have a question
Sure.
I need to ask.
Whatever you need.
Okay. Perfect.
All right, hold on the line. We'll get to that when we come back to In-Game Live.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip? Try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day on the Grid. Scott and Dave talking with Adam Kaufman, SportsGrid Radio TV host. You see it here all the time here on the Grid. Couple quick updates. 7-4 Dodgers over Miami, so that over 10.5 we gave hit. They're playing top of the ninth inning, so that's a very good thing. Kansas City 2-0 over the White Sox. Suggested Kansas City with the 14-1 last 15 meetings against the Sox, top of the sixth inning, and that's a good thing. And we're getting some runs in Houston and Milwaukee, 3-1 top six with the bases loaded for the Astros. So the over 8.5 in our 5 on the line trend play looking halfway decent there. We got a shot with that one. So I know, Dave, you wanted to ask Adam another question, so fire away.
I did try to just distract everybody from this Celtics collapse or whatever the hell they're doing. They're going to win. I don't know if
It's
they're
not
going
a
to cover.
collapse. It's a little setback. Don't put the jinx. Yeah. Take it easy. Take it easy with the collapse
okay.
stuff. This is not.
All right.
We're not Colorado. We're the St. Louis Blues.
Hold on.
Not yet.
Amazing Game 7s.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. I asked this question on the Twitter. I'm going to ask you right here. Worst sports team loss you ever felt, whether you had a bet on it or not. For me, it was that Sid Bream slide home against the Pirates. They made it back in 20 years to a playoff game and lost, but it's been terrible since. Wetzel had 2. His Miami Dolphins lost to the Raiders way back when. And obviously Bill Buckner. But, I mean, that we're not going to mention that. I mean, we just did, actually, when the Mets beat them. But do you have one that sticks out, one or two, that really still hurts you to this day?
Yeah, I mean, look, who as a sports fan of any kind doesn't have at least a few that immediately, it's like I feel like you're bringing these scars to the surface all over again. I hadn't thought about this one in a little while, Dave, but look, thank you very much. It's Aaron Bleepin Boone, pal. It's the 2003 ALCS Game 7. I was in Syracuse at the time as a student and had the Red Sox Game 7 against the Yankees. And remember, this is obviously the curse, if you will. The 86-year curse was still going on. This like younger people today, it's like, what are you talking? They've won 4 World Series since the turn of the century, right? But that didn't start until 04 and then 7, 13, and 18. This was 03. None of that had happened. So it was Bill Buckner all over again in its own way. But it was even before Boone, it was, within that same game, obviously, it was Grady Little who managed the Red Sox, leaving Pedro Martinez in too long when everybody watching on TV, in the dugouts, in the stadium, everybody knew that Pedro was gassed. Pedro told Grady to some degree that he was gassed, but as a competitor, felt compelled to stay out there, and obviously they relinquish the lead, and then Tim Wakefield, may he rest in peace, winds up giving up that homer to Aaron Boone, and the Red Sox, they dropped the Game 7, and they the Yankees once again beat the Red Sox, and it's off to the World Series. But I had like this watch party for the game. This was such the Red Sox were like so far and away number one for me among anything in the world of sports, and people were like, this game ended, and I just sat there on this futon frozen, looking at this television on the third floor of our house that we all lived in, and people are leaving the party, not even saying goodbye. But I had people checking in hours later, doing like wellness checks. Is he gonna be all right? I was just like, there was nothing. Like, it was nothing. Just blank stare. I was dead inside. And now I'm feeling some of that all over again, as if 04 and beyond never happened. So thank you for that, bringing that back. All the while, like, my Celtics may crumble tonight. So no, this is good. I'm feeling good. I'm glad I stayed another segment.
That was well worth it, right? I'll give you odds on it now for the next 4 hours. Good question, Dave.
Who needs to sleep tonight?
Yeah, you'll be fine. Go Knicks.
91-89. Celtics are going to win. That'll take some of the wounds off, right? They are going to win this game.
Don't say they're going to win. There's 5 minutes left in this game. You presented it like the final seconds are ticking down. They're up by 2 with 5 minutes left. There's an eternity left in this game. It's It's going to be a little more
But they've
stressful
made
than
some
should have been. Up by 20 in the second half. This is ridiculous. Toying with their food. This is what they do. Like you said, whether they win or lose this game, I still have them in 5. But it'd be, the way I drew it out in my head was Celtics take the first couple, they drop one of the two at MSG, come back home, close it out. And I'm hoping that is still the reality of how this plays out.
Yeah. Adam, great job, man. Appreciate a couple minutes with you.
Thanks,
and go take some
Always fun.
pills there for your stomach.
I need to take some Gas X or something. Tums.
That was it. Tums. Yeah, exactly. All right, man.
God.
Thanks. All right. Celtics by 1, 99-90, 4:40 left. The Celtics have 7 points this fourth quarter, and
that's unreal. What are they doing?
To play. Yeah, no plays, nobody runs anything. Just hoist up threes. It is amazing how they are so much a better team with Porzingis in there. And I get it; he's hurt or he's sick or he's something. The guy is always not healthy. I mean, he's a walking injury or sickness or something's always up with him. He adds such an extra piece to the puzzle. They really don't have, the other guy, Horford, and those other guys. They're all nice, but Porzingis is a legit star in the league, not a superstar, but a star. So. Knicks there you go. Knicks have their first lead, 94-91.
Wow, look at this. They've come all the way back and leading. Wow. The Panthers are on a power play in the hockey, by the way. The Panthers are on a power play in the hockey. It's 3-1. You could take plus 450 right now on the Panthers.
Celtics are plus 122, Dave.
Oh, my God.
They're down 3.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, did you ever think they're plus 172 now? I mean, how can't you put a couple shekels on them right now?
Somebody check on Foster. Somebody check on Foster at the break.
Oh, yeah, poor Fat.
Check on Patrick.
Pat.
Yeah.
Wow.
About him. Yeah.
Don't worry about him. I got my $2,000 ticket on this series.
Right.
Don't forget about that.
Ooh.
There's no way. Yeah.
New to social casinos? You're in for a treat. Most online casinos offer bonus cash or coins just for signing up. That's your own little participation trophy. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Fans hate them. Like, kids go to Giant games and they're like, my father forces me to come, or my grandfather was a season ticket holder. Like, no one has fun. It's a miserable place to go.
The Giants' problem has always been over the last several years, and it's been the reason why Barkley never really got off, is the offensive line.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
If you're going to trade Durant, right, it means things are getting weird anyway. Teams are going to, before they go for Durant, they're going to go for Devin Booker. That's just the reality of it.
You get rid of Durant, or do you do the crazy one? Because you're so far out of the West, do you get rid of Booker? Because D-Book will bring you far more in a return.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. In-game live. Not looking good for fellow Celtic fans. I will say down. I got 97-93, but now they're saying they're down 6. But I got 97-93. I thought there'd be one game, right, that Brunson would be able to, win one for the next. This is really, it's kind of the game, but it's not. Like, he's a really, really good player. So I figured he would go off for like 45 one day and they would win. He's got 29, which is the leading score, but that's not like ridiculous. So I don't know if this is that one game that he just kind of carries them, but Nick's shooting 44% and they're winning. Celtics shooting 36%, 13 of 53. They've taken, it's the Celtics. They've taken 53 threes, Dave, and only 30 two-point shots. Or 33-point shots. 53 to 30. How crazy is that? Right?
Well,
it's the Celtics.
This is what happens. Yeah, that's all right. 97-95 right now. The Knicks lead by 2:50 left. I got. This is coming down to the end. Nobody wants to see overtime except people that have the Celtics to give them a chance to cover, right? That's the only way you're covering this game now. If you're the Celtics, you have to play overtime and you have to crush them in overtime. But the Knicks are gonna cover the spread in the first game. It's pretty much a done deal.
Does this change your thinking with OKC? Now we've seen two teams now, Cleveland and Boston. Imagine if OKC loses, what would that parlay have paid? Right around 360, 350, right? They were at 9.5 point favorites. So almost 20 to 1.
Just a two-gamer?
Right? Yeah. So I'm using Indiana plus 350. So Knicks were probably right around that because they're similar point spread. So Denver is plus 360 tonight. And then if you tack on, right? Plus 1970.
That's about what it was. Yeah. So you could actually put and then throw in Denver with that.
Right.
So if you had Indiana or
if you had
Nick,
that, then it really
right.
I meant Indiana. I used the Indiana line for tomorrow. That plus 350. That's what I meant.
Okay.
For the Nick line tonight, since the point spread was very similar. Imagine a Pacers from yesterday. Just all the underdogs: Knicks, Nuggets, and then Warriors. That would have been
gigantic.
A nice little payoff.
Yeah, that would have been good.
I don't know if Golden State. I don't know if the Celtics. I don't know if the Warriors win a game. I got all these to bet over 5.5. Yeah.
What?
A teacup team is for real. Well, what a pathetic performance by Houston yesterday. Which is worse, Houston or the Clippers? Obviously, we got another one. Oh,
we need to hit it.
We need to hit the water.
Toronto Maple Leafs 4-1. Florida Panthers 1. They just kill a penalty. You see it so many times. A lot of times people like to bet on the team with the power play to score, but if they kill the penalty, you bet on the team that just killed the penalty to either score the next goal and or bet them and get a better number. And when they do score the next goal, that thing is now lay 40-1 with the Maple Leafs and take back 15-1. Boy, these spreads are getting crazy with this in-game stuff.
We've seen some wild comebacks these last 2 days. They were still in the second period.
Yeah, that one has a long way to go. Under 2 minutes, 98-97 Celtics. Woo, bad. This is coming right down to it.
I'm surprised the over-under.
Laying or taking? If you got Celtics minus 2.5 right now, laying or taking at 2.5? What do you got?
If I had no dog in the fight already,
what do you got?
I'd take the Celtics. I'd give me the Celtics.
You're laying at 2.5?
Eventually they're going to win. Yeah. It's Boston. It's the referees. It's the Knicks. They're not going to win.
I think the game
I like it better at 1.5.
Yeah, well, obviously, that's why I think I'm taking 2.5. I think I would take the Knicks.
Now it's down to 1.5.
You guys are watching the show. Tag us. Yeah. Knicks for 3. Oh my goodness!
It hit.
Yeah,
they're leading.
198.
This is going to ruin maybe my no overtime round robin parlay I got as well.
No. Oh,
which
no.
I cashed in the first round on that one. Yeah, I don't want overtime. Celtic loss or overtime? Good one. I don't know.
New to social casinos? You're in for a treat. Most online casinos offer bonus cash or coins just for signing up. That's your own little participation trophy. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
Rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
18.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Fans hate them. Like, kids go to Giant games and they're like, my father forces me to come, or my grandfather was a season ticket holder. Like, no one has fun. It's a miserable place to go.
The Giants' problem has always been over the last several years, and it's been the reason why Barkley never really got off, is the offensive line.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
If you're going to trade Durant, right, it means things are getting weird anyway. Teams are going to, before they go for Durant, they're going to go for Devin Booker. That's just the reality of it.
You get rid of Durant, or do you do the crazy one? Because you're so far out of the West, do you get rid of Booker? Because D-Book will bring you far more in a return.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in game live game day here on the grid. 28 seconds left. Now 5 seconds left. I'm not sure what's happening, but we're tied at 100. It was Celtics ball with 28 seconds left. I'm hoping they're going to the free throw line for a couple of shots. That's what I'm hoping. Tied with the Knicks, blowing a 20-point lead. Can't be the case because the Celtics are getting odds, so it's got to be Knicks basketball. Plus 112 for Boston. Don't tell me the Knicks are going to the line.
Nope. Just let it play out. Take a deep breath.
Let it play out. Don't tell me what it is.
I'm not saying a word. This one's it's just gonna make you sweat though. This is not gonna be easy. We could get another.
Can't be good if the Celtics are plus 112 right now with 5 seconds left. I will tell you that. It can't be good.
Right.
So
you might get another
4-1. All right. 4-1 Toronto. 7 minutes left in the second. I am surprised. That's 5 goals. They're giving you 7.5. Are we not going to get 3 more goals? You need at least 1, obviously, out of Florida. But 8, when you take a step back, is a lot of goals. But it is set up for 8 goals, I would think. But Dodgers win.
I mean, yeah. And covered a run line, Dodgers.
Was 7-4. Yeah, 7-4. Yep.
Final. Yep. 7-4 final. Braves won 4-0 over the Reds. Boy, the Braves are playing really good baseball, right? They're back. After that 0-7 start, everybody was ready to bury them. I think they're 16-10 or something, or 16-11 since. So they're going to be fine. All talk about the Braves being done. You can
Celtics
put that
ball.
on hold. Oh
Celtics
boy.
ball. Just let the clock
Oh
run
no.
down. Celtics
Oh no.
ball. Jason
Oh
Mason
no.
Tatum is 2
Oh
shots.
no. I don't even want to say
He
it. I don't
misses
even
a
want to say it.
third shot.
Oh no.
Ugh. Knicks
Oh
ball with
no.
5 seconds left.
Yeah.
Tatum
I'm
missed
not
his
saying
last
it.
3 shots.
Not
Last 3
saying it.
shots, he missed
Yeah.
it. 5 seconds left. I got
Oh no. Wow.
0.1.
Okay.
We're going to overtime. We're going to
Yep.
overtime.
Give us that bet. So
Wow.
that all the OTs are. We got an OT already.
That sucks.
First game.
Although I see
Yeah.
0.1 seconds left, Celtics full timeout. Did
Let
they
it
really call
go.
a
It's
timeout with
done.
point?
No.
No,
There's
it's
no
done.
timeout.
Okay.
No. That's it. We're going over.
Let me see how much I put on that bet. I won big in the first round. I put 5 teams in. This one I put 3 teams in, or 3 series, and I can't even get out of the first game.
That happens.
Yeah, fudge. I like those bets
Yeah.
too. It was kind of goofy. So rare for
Yep.
an NBA game to go to overtime. College, yes, but NBA, they just go for 3 all the time if they're down 2. Then no one goes, if they're down 1.
Ooh, did you see how it went to overtime? Oh my
No,
goodness.
I'm still in a commercial.
Man.
I'll tell you what I
You're
do
not gonna
have.
believe it. Oh my
I
goodness.
do have I have a round robin 5 LeBron. If that was LeBron, he would have passed it. They're telling us it was LeBron. I do have the I put the Celtics series to go 5. That's right. I'm thinking I put it in 5 or more.
Oh boy. You'll be okay. Celtics will win. They might even cover at this point, but Brunson had a chance to win it with a finger roll and hit the
Let me see. Hold
side
on.
eye. It was just, it's game.
Ugh,
It's game.
my TV's
That's what you-
freezing. Hold
Oh,
on. My TV decided to freeze right now. I lost my
Oh,
Wi-Fi.
can't believe
Jeez.
Oh, no.
5 seconds left. Come on, Wi-Fi. Kick in, boys. Come on. I got that little circle going on my TV set. Come on.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can do it. Come on.
That's
Kick
the
it
beauty.
in.
That's the beauty of the streaming side of the business when you get the wheel
Yeah.
paralyzing over there.
Oh, here it is.
I'll
I got
update
it.
the baseball.
Oh,
You got it. Oh, look, watch.
oh, did
See
Horford
it?
block it, or he just missed it?
No, altered it.
He just missed it.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tough.
Hit that, you win. Now you might lose, just like that.
You might not even.
At
cover.
least they actually ran a play. I'll give them credit. They ran a little pick and roll type of play.
Yeah.
Got him a decent look, and he missed it. All right, so overtime we go. Celtics are minus 210 favorite. Oof. The over's got a more than likely hit now. Gave that out as a best bet with the boys on the podcast. Cha-ching, cha-ching.
I can't believe it.
Assuming
It's
we
only
get 12
2.5
points.
as a spread, but the money line is minus 200. What is that?
Yeah, right. 210 on FanDuel.
Absurd.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all, right?
Yeah,
That should be like
they're
what,
getting a little bit
140?
greedy. The in-game stuff,
Yeah.
they know they got people, and they know there's nothing else to watch, so they got them a little bit. That's fine. All right, well, I'll
How
ask
about
you
the
again.
over? Oh,
Did the
no,
Knicks
25.
win this
I'm
game,
thinking
or did the
15.
Celtics win this game?
Yeah. I still think the Celtics win. But would I lay 210? No. Are the Knicks
Would you lay
alive?
2.5? Would you lay 2.5?
I'd lay 2.5. I would lay
Right?
2.5. Yeah.
Minus
That I
110.
would do. But I tell you,
2.5.
they're shooting like crap. They scored 16 points in the fourth quarter. They scored
That's
39 points, the Celtics, in the second half. How do you score 61 in one half and 39 in the second half?
I don't know, but I mean, it's a different thing
Hate 'em.
because I think when you score that many, then you actually try to go inside. But they don't change who they are. Porzingis, like Adam
Right, they
told us,
won't.
out of the game at halftime. So maybe that messed them up. I don't know. I know who's not going to be messed up. Cam Stewart when he comes in, he's going to be fired up. This Maple Leafs team, I don't even want to say it out loud. I'm wearing the hat. Boy, they look good tonight. This is the way this is supposed to go. Now,
They always look good at the beginning of series.
what do
though.
you think the number will be on the series price if Toronto holds on?
I would
That's going to be our
say
segment when we do the consig segment or Dave's segment or what's the number. I think that's what we're
Right.
going to call it, something like that. We're just going to call it what's the number, and I'm going to ask you, and we're going to talk it through. But what do you think it is? Do you make
I would
Toronto
say
the favorite?
Toronto. Yeah, you'd have to, especially if they win, decisively like this. I would say a minus 125, minus maybe 130.
Wow. I think you win a little extra. I mean,
Yeah.
they were minus 180. Yeah, I mean, they were minus 180 before this game. It's only one game. And if they win game 2, then they obviously take back home ice. So I think it's a pick 'em, or I might even dangle
Florida's got
minus
home ice.
120.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they would take it back in Florida one. Right. Okay.
If Florida won,
Sorry.
yeah. But I think I
Yeah.
would dangle 120 on Florida as the favorite just to see if they would bet Toronto.
Right.
I mean, because who's
Florida
going to
was
come on? Maybe Cam will come on, but who's going to say that Toronto's going to win the next game at home? The way this one's going, which is perfect.
Right.
Right?
What do
I
you
don't
think
think
that
many
line will
people are
be?
going to say they're
Pick
going
'em?
to do it. It'll be almost the same line as it closed tonight. Let me see. Yeah. Small.
125, I think.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, right now,
120.
how about
yeah.
this? FanDuel right now is offering you a series line. Toronto minus 120.
Okay.
Florida even. So they're assuming, obviously, Toronto's winning.
Tonight wins. Yeah. Tonight Toronto
Yeah.
wins. Wow. Okay.
So you were right, minus 120.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Wow.
Total games in a series, 6.5. Whew. I don't know if it's going 7. 6.5 is minus 2 to 1. You can't bet that.
Oh, I don't know if I'm ready to handle Toronto
Yeah.
and Florida game 7 at home and have Toronto have to win a game 7 at home. Let them just win a game in Florida.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right, Cam Stewart coming up next. We'll get some hockey, basketball, and baseball thoughts from them.
New to social casinos? You're in for a treat. Most online casinos offer bonus cash or coins just for signing up. That's your own little participation trophy. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of thoughts.
18.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Fans hate them. Like, kids go to Giant games and they're like, my father forces me to come, or my grandfather was a season ticket holder. Like, no one has fun. It's a miserable place to go.
The Giants' problem has always been over the last several years, and it's been the reason why Barkley never really got off, is the offensive line.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
If you're going to trade Durant, right, it means things are getting weird anyway. Teams are going to, before they go for Durant, they're going to go for Devin Booker. That's just the reality of it.
You get rid of Durant, or do you do the crazy one? Because you're so far out of the West, you get rid of Booker because D-Book will bring you far more in a return.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game day here on the grid. Good news, bad news. Good news is it does look like we're going to hit our over. 108-102 is the bad news. Knicks lead the Celtics with 147 left. Wow. Let's check a little NBA, a little NHL, some baseball with our good buddy Cam Stewart, who takes over along with Gabe Morency, top of the hour. What's going on, Cam? How are you tonight, bud?
Doing pretty good, Scott. I don't know. I don't want to. When things go well, I don't want to get excited, but very happy with the first two periods of the game tonight, Dave. As you know, I'm all over these guys everywhere. Series price. I did a show with a Leaf fan today. He said Florida in 5, and I told him to cut his mic. I don't like his attitude. But anyway, the guy works for the Leafs. So I'm just saying that's the confidence level. But Scott made a really good point when you guys in the break. They tend to play well really early in series. You got to keep it up. I think game 2 is really important. And that's the thing, Dave. Everyone's going to come back with Florida thinking, big game. And if the Leafs can get up 2, then I'll feel a lot better about it. And then if they steal one, things can get real. You said it, Dave. You don't want to go to a game 7. You don't need any ghosts in the building or anything like that. Very important that they took care of business with Ottawa in 6 and lined up for this, but they look very fast tonight. Stolar's got a little bit banged up, precautionary reasons. Wall is in, and so far so good. But I don't know what the hell Max Pacioretty did in the last whatever. It's like the hot tub time machine. The guy's playing like he's a rookie again. Like I've never seen this guy play better. Nyes is doing his thing. Nylander's on fire. So I'm kind of in shock a little bit. Like I knew they could play with Florida. I'm just very, very happy with the performance so far. By the way, guys, shout out to the SportsGrid team. Me, Gabe, everybody, Sovereignty winning the Kentucky Derby. We hit the trifecta and superfecta. Only a 10 center.
Yes,
imagine, Dave, I did this. If I did a $1, I didn't have like whatever, but it's $1,700, $1,800. But hey, I'll take whatever I can get right now. That was the best Kentucky Derby, I think, in years for me. So that was fantastic. But we don't want to live in the past right now. I hope the Knicks can hold on for all the fans at SportsGrid. Sorry, Wetzel, I really like you, but I know you love Boston teams, and I prefer the Knicks to win. I'm sorry. Just me. I like underdogs.
Okay.
I got to ask you that the hockey was unbelievable over the weekend. We saw just
that Jets Blues
amazing
game.
games.
Like I was telling Gabe because he has the Jets to go
right?
far. Imagine having the Blues in the series. 1.9 seconds left. You're sitting there going, "Oh my God!" And that overtime was nuts. Like that's the thing about playoff hockey. It's like I know people we love all of it here. Like it's just awesome, but. Just the things that go on in the game, the war of attrition, how many, like, you see how many minutes these defensemen play? Like Pionk and these guys are playing. Like, dude, what? It is so hard. They probably lost about 12 pounds. I remember when I played, even like you could lose 6 to 7 pounds in a game if you play an overtime game.
Yeah.
These guys are playing double overtime, triple overtime. You could lose like just in sweat. You know what I mean? So, man, kudos.
Do you like someone in that series? I mean, because Winnipeg is the second worst odds to win the cup. I'm all over
the Stars. Yeah. And now that they got by Colorado, that was huge for me. Wow, what a collapse by Colorado in that series too. Dallas they had that lead there. Yeah, the guy I do my other show with, he's a huge Avalanche fan. He's just raging today. He was in a really bad mood. But I like Dallas. Then they can get their stars back too. You get Heiskanen back. You get a couple other guys back. The Jets are probably pretty tired, but the Jets, maybe it's one of those things, guys, like in March Madness. That team gets a scare, and then they go on deep. So it's not going to be an easy series for anybody. I took Dallas. I have Dallas, Toronto, and Zach Stanley Cup, too. Vegas and the Oilers, I don't know what to do. That game, straight up pick. Like, that series is tough. Pickard's playing better, but Vegas, they're deep. But Edmonton looks like they're finding their stride. And tough opinion on the other one, but I think Carolina will beat Washington in 7. I took Carolina, but Washington is a very good hockey team. Thompson's playing great in net. That's basically about it right there. What are you guys doing in baseball late? And I got to be honest with you, I don't really. I kind of like the Mets. Maybe they can get some plus 182 live, but because it's so early in that game. But other than that, I'm really focusing on the NBA and the NHL right now.
All right, so who do you like in the second game, NBA game?
10.5. Thunder's 10.5 over the Nuggets.
Big number, Cam. And we've seen Indiana struggle. We are Cleveland struggle, and obviously we've seen the Celtics struggle. Okay,
I'm gonna be honest
the same
with you.
Situation.
That's crazy. Like it almost feels like a bait. Like Denver was really like they're kind of 10 points is a lot of points. They have experience on that team. Like it almost feels like they want you to take the Denver Nuggets at that price. Very impressed with Indiana. I don't know. What do you guys think? Timberwolves.
I like Denver.
You like? Oh, I'll take 10 with Denver. Yeah, like it's against my religion to lay 10 points, but there's something that's a little voice is telling me something's weird there. Like they could have posted an 8.5 or 7.5, and what's your number, Dave? And people would still take Denver. What do you take Denver? About 7.5, 8, not 10. That's about
I think
that's what the number I'd
8,
probably put out. Yeah, 8. 8 sounds like a fresh number. 10 seems a little bit big, but Denver. A little bit disrespect to the Nuggets there, guys. They're battle tested.
Knicks are up 108-105. It's almost done. If the Knicks win tonight, do they win another game in a series, Cam?
Big time. Oh, yeah. We already have those spread bets. Like, we have Indiana to win. All they had to do is win 2 games in the series. They got 1. So that's a great start there. I know Gabe was on it, too, on SportsGrid. Yay, Knicks win. Knicks win. Yeah, there we go. Underdog City. There you go, Boston. I hope the Knicks win. The Knicks are a lot like the Leafs, and I'm cheering for teams that got beat down all in their lives. This is called redemption night, hopefully, where all the teams that lose win. It feels good, but we have a period left. If they blow this game, I'll blow my top. So let's just get it home. Good for the Knicks.
Yeah, I guess.
You work with the Grinch, eh? Like Wetzel likes the Celtics, the Bruins, the Red Sox. He's Mr. Boston. You should go work in Boston, Wetzel. Like we're New York here, buddy.
Well, it doesn't help they were up 20. Right, I mean, it was just a wire-to-wire or close game. They were up 20. The next,
this stuff happens all the time, though. This stuff, like even in hockey, 2-goal leads, 3-goal leads. Like it's just we're in an era right now where nothing is safe. Yeah, 20-point leads crazy.
20-point lead. Go on. That's the biggest lead. They lost.
You're giving them hope. Giving them hope.
that's what 46 missed 3-pointers, the most in NBA history.
Good. That's what you get. That's what you get for just shooting threes. It'll work some nights, and other nights you'll get burned. That's the whole thing. When you're up that 20 points, like you start missing threes, you're letting a team come back. Bad strategy.
Unbelievable. Damn it, Gabe. Top of the hour.
Please.
New to social casinos? You're in for a treat. Most online casinos offer bonus cash or coins just for signing up. That's your own little participation trophy. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
18.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Fans hate them. Like kids go to Giant games and they're like, my father forces me to come, or my grandfather was a season ticket holder. Like, no one has fun. It's a miserable place to go.
The Giants' problem has always been over the last several years, and it's been the reason why Barkley never really got off, is the offensive line.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
If you're going to trade Durant, right, it means things are getting weird anyway. Teams are going to, before they go for Durant, they're going to go for Devin Booker. That's just the reality of it.
You get rid of Durant, or do you do the crazy one? Because you're so far out of the West, you get rid of Booker, because D-Book will bring you far more in a return.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day on the grid. Thanks to Cam and Gabe. Top of the hour on SportsGrid Radio, SportsGrid TV for the next 2 hours. So it is over. Knicks do win. Down 20, 108 to 105. It's not that the Knicks won. It's that the Celtics lost. Celtics score 23 in the third, Dave, 16 in the fourth, and only 5 in the overtime. So in 24, in 29 minutes, they scored 41 points or 44 points. I mean, that's like atrocious. That's just brutal. They're shooting. Knicks only shot 42%. So it's not like they were shooting lights out either. But Celtics shot 31%, and we mentioned it before, 25% from threes, 15 of 60 shots. They missed 45. Set an NBA playoff record, most missed shots, three-pointers, 45. They were 15 of 60. Crazy. And they just kept on shooting them. They just kept on shooting them.
What's the number now? The series price. I mean, it was minus 800 or minus 900 before they lost.
Oh, before they lost, minus
before that's what it was. It was minus 900 or minus as high as 10-1. Now what is it?
So now it would be I was going to say 5-1. I bet it's still 6-1.
I don't think so.
No?
I think less. I don't know. We'll have to look.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. FanDuel's pretty fast with this stuff.
It's crazy how fast they put it up.
Yeah. East playoff series. Let's put it this way. Cleveland, and I'm not looking yet at the Boston one. Cleveland is still minus 225 against Indiana. And they were about 5. So maybe they cut it in half. You're right. Maybe about 5-1. It's not posted yet. But
might be less. Might be 450. I think
the only encouraging thing for the Celtics is that they played like crap. Right? Well, how's that encouraging? Well, if they played a good game and they lost, then it would be like, we're in trouble. But they didn't. Right. They played a lousy game. Right? Now, could they play 4 lousy games? I don't think so. I really don't. Could they play another lousy game? Yeah, they could do that. But they're not going to play 4 lousy games with or without Porzingis. Brunson had Anunoby is not going for 29. He had 29 stinking points. There's no way that guy's going for 29. Karl Anthony Towns was invisible, though. I will say that. 14 points. But he's more than capable of doing that for another 4 or 5 games. So.
That's okay. Wow. So the New York two-step is going to get in. It looks like the Yankees are leading 3-0 in the top of the 7th against the Padres at home. The Mets are trailing 1-0 at the top of the 2nd. They let up a run in the first inning. Not good at all. Not good at all.
Good news from that game. Remember, we only have so many bullets. So this guy, Ricky Nelson Jr. there, as we like to call him, no strikeouts in the first inning. He's got an out in the second inning with no strikeout. He's got 15 pitches so far, which is not a lot. But remember, he only has about 60. So I don't go by how many outs there are. I go by get him up to his pitch limit before they got to yank him, because remember, he's a reliever. So our Black Cloud play under 4.5. That's about the only good thing from that game so far.
This is the genius part of the show when you start to really just expound on all these other things. Yes, yeah. We're gonna need music. I think we're gonna need music. We're gonna talk to McCall and see if we can get a genius stinger that we can just push a button when you start to wax on poetic about something like that. We could actually hit the Wetzel stinger. Yeah.
We are going to get one more goal right before we label me too much of a cheat. We are going to get one more goal third period right out of Toronto in Florida.
Are we?
They're going to pull the goallie. We're going to get 4. Right? We're going to get a good 3.5 minutes of an empty net.
Maybe.
And that's assuming we don't score at all.
Right.
What's the number they're giving us? Probably 6.5. Let's see.
Nope.
No, 7.5.
7.5. Yeah.
All right. So they're thinking they're buying into my genius.
Right.
So, although it's heavily juiced to the under, and it's heavily, So, all right. We're going to be
I
on
don't
the
know
air.
what's
You like
going on
Carolina
either.
or Washington tomorrow? 7 o'clock start tomorrow, so it'll be underway in an hour. Who'll be leading?
I like Washington
Me
playing
too.
like this,
Me too.
just like Toronto did.
Yeah, there you go. Great job, guys. We'll do it again tomorrow right here on the grid. Cam and Gabe coming up next.